Hey y'all, my name is Courtney. I go by Court, and this is my first episode of Not Alone podcast. So today's podcast, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how, unfortunately, I lost my job. But this is a blessing because this is what I prayed for, right? So let's get into it. I'll get my little notes right here just in case I get sidetracked and things of that sort to bring me back. But I wanted to start this podcast a long time ago, and it's because me and my sister, we be having real life conversations, and I'll just be like, dang, this is something that people can actually take and apply to their daily lives, and also is this make people feel like they're not alone. We all go through situations, and we just feel like through that situation that we are in, that no one else is going through that or went through that, so it's just like I want to bring this platform for anybody that's willing to come on here and we talk with no judgment, no side eye. My goal is to really get to the celebrity status to where I'm interviewing them, because there's so many celebrities out here that's going through stuff, and they might feel like they're alone as well because of their status, and it's just like they are human. They go through a lot. And I feel like when they do most of their when they do most of their interviews, it's always about drama or, this and this and that. And it's just like, we want to see how some of these celebrities overcame some of the things that we probably went through, for example, childhood. If they, their childhood wasn't the best childhood, but they did these type of things to get a better childhood. And then that person that's not having a good childhood, you know what? I seen such and such on Not Alone podcast talking about how they upbringing was like this, and mine was somewhat like that too. But you know what? She said she did this, or he said he did this. So let me just go here and follow along with that, So it's just like I just want to bring awareness, bring some light back into people opening back up. This world is so cruel, and so many things is going on that people is not really speaking up. And I love that the ones that are speaking up, I love that, because it's hard to speak up sometimes, especially when you don't know the situation at hand. I was never the one that always spoke up, but I'm learning that it's okay to speak up. It's okay to say how you feel. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel happy. It's okay. It's life. We are humans. And I just feel like sometimes social media and things of that sort take away the human side of things, So less of that. But yeah, so let's get into this. This whole platform is to bring awareness, okay? This space is about real life, real moments, and the reminders we all need that even when it feels dark or confusing, we are never walking through this alone. I might not be able to put your shoe on, but somebody else might be able to put your shoe on. You might not be able to put my shoe on, but somebody else might be able to put their shoe on. I might not be able to put my foot into your shoes all the way, but I might could put my little toe in there and understand where you're coming from. That's all we need. It's just a little bit of, you don't got to have the whole experience of what I went through. Just somebody that just could understand a little bit of what I was going through. And that was my frustration as a child with doing counseling, for the things that I was, that I had experienced. And it was just like my counselors was just like, they couldn't really counsel me because they haven't been through what I've been through. And to me, in my head, I'm like, mind you, that this is at 12 years old. I'm like, how can you understand what I'm going through if you never went through it? How can you tell me everything is going to be okay when you never went through it and it was okay? You know what I'm saying? So, and that stuck with me. Mind you, I was 12 years old, so that mindset has stuck with me that since my counselor couldn't help me because they didn't know what I'm going through. Who else can help me? You know what I'm saying? And then when I said that to my counselor, you should have seen the way they looked at me like, dang, like that kind of makes sense, you know? But let's get into it, okay? So this session is, I lost my job, but this is what I pray for. The power of the tongue is very, very powerful. So just be mindful what you use your tongue for when you are praying, because it happens. Like, God will answer. It might not be on your timing. It might not be when you want it. It might not be today, not tomorrow. It might be a couple of years later, but God will always answer your prayers on time. Okay? So, with that being said, let's get into it. The moment everything shifted. So, I lost my job because I was being a mother first. Okay? Let's start here. Yeah, let's start here. I'm not gonna lie, it did hit hard at first, like anything. You heard some news, it's just like a processing thing, like, dang, I really lost my job. But on the other hand, it was like, this is what you wanted, right? I had that moment of like, okay, God, what am I supposed to do now? And he was just like, what did you ask me to do? He said, I answered your prayers. Now do what you said you wanted to do in your prayers. And I'm like, you're right. I got you. So I knew what I had to do once I stepped out that building. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into it, let's keep this in mind. A couple of months ago, it's a new girl that came into our facility, right? And I usually train people. I trained a couple of girls that came in, people that came in after me, whatever. I've been training them, right? So it was these last two girls that had came in that I had trained. And they like, yeah, we're going to make you the trainer. We're going to try to pay you $2 more, blah, 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 right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So a new girl came. And they like, you're gonna train this person, this and this and that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, if I'm about to train, this person, can I get the $2 raise? So they hit me with we have to see, we got to get that approved, this and this and this and that. So I'm like, okay. So I end up, letting it go, whatever. And my assistant manager came up to me and was like, oh, you about to train your replacement. And I'm like, huh? She like, yeah, the new girl, that's your replacement. And she started laughing. So I'm not laughing. I'm looking at her. I'm like, huh? She like, oh, I'm just kidding, Courtney. This is not your replacement. I'm just kidding. And that had always stuck with me. I'm like, okay, she's saying that this is my replacement. She ain't gonna say that for no joking reason. I've been training everybody that came through this door since I've been here. And nobody not once said that this, jokingly saying that I'm training my replacement. So I took that with, to her. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get my stuff together. Whatever I got to do, I'm about to get it together, because at the end of the day, right now, I do need this job, right? So that had happened. So everything is good. Move forward. Let's see. So yeah, so now I'm going to just take y'all. So now I've been there for 4 years, y'all. I've been working there for 4 years. And they have been gaslighting me basically all 3 years I've been working there, literally. They've been gaslighting me. You go get this promotion. You go do this promotion. You go get this raise. Sign this paper. Sign that. You know what I'm saying? And I signed this paper to be promoted for a certain thing, and I have not yet been promoted for that. Every time I asked about it, it was, oh, we have to get it cleared. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Y'all, I would bend backwards over for this job. Like when I say bend back over and break my back for this job, I would bend over and break my back for this job. They want me to stay over, I stay over. They want me to come in early, I come in early. Like, I would try to find people hey, can you watch my kids? Can you do this? Can you do that? Like, to make sure that they stuff is covered. Like, you know what I'm saying? because I loved what I did, you know? And so yeah. So I just feel like they really just gaslighted me my whole, I would say my whole 3 years of working there to become a um to get promoted. So it is so weird that like it'd be so funny. Like this is not their first rodeo trying to let me go. They tried to let me go plenty of times before this. But it's like they couldn't let me go because I have time. Like, and every time they try to let me go, they say I didn't have time. And they have forced me to come into work, whatever, because I'd be sick or whatever the case may be. So I will come into work, and then when I come into work, I find out that I have time to use. And I'm like, y'all threatened to fire me, but I have time. They did this twice to me when I was sick, and I had time to use, okay? So now let's get into these text messages between me and my brother. This had happened. I got the dates. Hold on, because he had said some stuff to me a while back before this even took place. So I'm about to go to our messages, and I'm just gonna read something. All right. He said, "You ready?" He said, "This is what day is this? This is September 27th. Okay, September 27th at 5:15 p.m. Okay." He said, "Write down what you're cleansing yourself from and what you want from God. Then write down what you need to do to get it." Right? And I did that. Basically what I asked for was to be a stay-at-home business wife. That is my goal. I want to be at home, promote my business. And just like getting my house in order. So then he sent me, this is September 28th. And I will give you a new heart, and I will put a new spirit in you. I will take out your stony, stubborn heart and give you a tender, responsive heart. Right? Now, I'm going to just read this message so I could just get out of it. This is November 4th. November 6th that he sent me this. I lost my job November 4th. He sent me, always remember that job was a resource to take care of your family. Now it's time to submit your application to the source, God. Keep your head up. God closed the door on that resource for a reason. Now it's up to you to humbly come to him and resubmit yourself under him. The same way you loved and submitted to that job, it's time to pour that into God and your family across the board. Amen. So I forgot to read one. Hold on, I forgot to read one. And this was back in August. Okay. But so for that one, it was just like, it's time for me to resubmit, and that's what I've been doing. I've been getting my life back in order. Reaching out to God, talking to God, getting into church more, getting my kids into church more. I've also been at home getting my house in order. When I was working, I really didn't have a schedule. My daughter did not have a schedule, a bedtime schedule. It was hard, with me working, tired. My husband, he tired working, so it was just like, in my household wasn't in order, So when I lost my job, I was able to get my household in order. Just like that, y'all. Like, just like that. Like, The day I lost my job, I came home, I cleaned up this, like I reorganized everything. That same day my daughter came home, I got her in the bath, fed her bath, and then bed by 8:30. Now every day she come home, it's the same routine. Eat, play, bed. Eat, play, bed. And bath, of course. But eat, bath, play, bed, whatever. The order it go in. But it's just the point that she's now on a schedule. My kids are now on a schedule. My boys, they go to bed on time. They wake up. They don't be sleeping in school. All their homework be done. You know? So it's just like little things like that. Like, I see that it was needed for me to be home. And it says, remember, this is from my brother. This is from August 25th at 5:07. God is already working in your life. Every night and every morning you need to be praying. God has already told you he's ready to free you, but you have to do the work and have the faith. Give it all to God and have faith that he would do the work of reading his word and living his word. Remember what I told you a week or two ago. God is working on us. It's up to us to bring all our problems to the Lord so he can deal with them and we can focus on our relationship with God so he can heal us. It's time for you to pray to pray for leadership. For you to lead by showing your family how to live by God's words. Remember the whole book of James. And I'm just like, wow. You know, that was like, you know, powerful. And it's another one. This is on August 11th. I forgot about this one. A good woman is hard to find. No, we ain't gonna go into that one. All right. So yeah, y'all. So that's the stuff that my brother had gave me. You know, up until you know, some things that I had. You know, this is what my brother has sent me, y'all. With him not even knowing what's gonna happen, you know, in November. That's, you know, that's just so crazy. But some of those messages hit hard when I went back and I was reading them. I'm just like, dang, my brother was really preparing me for something, you know, that I didn't even know that was coming. So now I'm about to go into my prayer, okay? One day I was taking my kids to school, and I had dropped them off. And after I dropped them off, I went to the store, a grocery store, and got some stuff that I had needed. And I'm just going through, I'm, you know, walking through the store, and I'm just seeing family members, like, you know, spouses, and maybe they're not spouses, whatever the case may be. People just walking around, just looking like they were just so free. You know, shopping early in the morning, probably about to go home, clean, cook dinner before the kids get home. Like, you know, do everything they needed to do, right? After they dropped the kids off from school. So I'm just walking around. I'm like, in the grocery store, I'm pushing my buggy. I'm like, Lord, this is what I want. Like, this is what I can see my life. This is how I want my life to be. I want my life to be free. I want to be able to drop my kids off, go to the grocery store if I need to, get supper, if, you know, to prepare for dinner, be able to promote my business freely. When I say freely, I mean be able to go out and post my business cards, post my flyers, and get to networking more. You know, and that's what I was just kept asking him. I just kept telling him, like, this is what I want. This is what I want. I just kept repeating it. Every time I was driving, I just kept repeating it. Dropped my kids off. I just kept saying it, kept saying it. And so, after that, I always adore when, yeah, so I love that I can, like, okay, so this is like the first time in a long time I feel at peace. You know, I never had that feeling of peace in a minute. My brain, it's just always just been on go, go, go. I've been always thinking too, like thinking overthinking. I just been, in my thoughts a lot. And I finally feel at peace. Like when I say this, like this is like no joke or anything like that. Like I really feel at peace, y'all. Like this is the most peaceful I ever felt. Okay? I get to think clearly, tap into who I really am. And that's like the biggest thing that I always wanted to do is like not get back to who I am, who I was, but get to the foundation of Courtney. Like what do Courtney want to do in life? Like what do Courtney love? Like what makes Courtney happy? You know? Finding myself again within this period of I have by myself is to find myself. I recently started back writing. That's something I've always enjoyed, making up stories, writing poems, and freestyling. When I say freestyle, I mean rapping. People might think that I be joking when I say I like to freestyle, but if I get my thoughts on that pen and paper, my freestyles be hitting. Like it might not be in the order that it need, you know what I'm saying, but it makes sense, And this is like my safe space. Like you got that prayer closet where you just go into that closet and you just sit and just talk, or you just people listen to music, people sit in the bathroom and just get their thoughts together. With me, writing stories, writing poems, and writing music actually helps me cope with a lot of things that I'm going through. It's like a little outlet for me, to express myself. So now I'm about to go into the story, okay, of how I lost my job. So a couple of days before I got fired, I had became quiet at work, y'all. Why? I don't know. I was just quiet. Like my coworkers would come to me, like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I just kept my conversation very minimal. I don't know why it was just like that for a couple of days. Okay. I would just do my job and I would just go home. That was it. Okay, so a couple of days past that, it's now like October 20th. I was fine, y'all. I was fine that whole day. I had therapy. I went to therapy, came back. After I came back from therapy, I think that's when therapy was like around 12-ish. I would come back. And I was fine, so I came back, did my stuff, and then like it just a big cloud came over me, like a big dark cloud just came over me. I was sad. I was like, my body was hurting. I didn't understand what was going on. I was just crying at my desk, and I'm like, okay, let me just get up from my desk and go remove myself because I don't know what's happening. And so in the midst of that, I had to call my husband because I'm like, okay, I'm crying, I'm hyperventilating, I can't, like my chest is hurting, something is going on. Call my husband like, hey, babe, I'm not, this, talking this easy, but I'm like, hey, something is going on, I don't know what's going on. But mind you, I'm still like crying, whatever the case may be. So he was like, calm down, everything's gonna be okay, we good. He like, the bills is good, we good, the house good, like we good, everything is good, there's nothing to worry about, like we got everything is under control. Like he was just giving me like reassurance, like we okay. And it was just like he said all that things. It's like, I know we okay, I know we good, but this is not why I'm doing that. Like I don't know why I feel like this, but it's not that I'm worried about anything with us or within our household. It's just that I just feel very sad right now and depressed. Like I don't know why. So after he telling me we good, whatever, I just after we hung up, I just said a prayer to God. I'm like, God, I don't know what's going on, but just take this away from me. And I ended up texting my mom. I text her as well. And I'm like, can you pray for me? And she like, what's going on? I was like, I just feel sad. Like, can you just pray for me? So she was like, okay. So after she got off, she ended up calling me like, hey, what's going on? And I'm just like, I just had a mental breakdown at work. I'm not sure. And this is not, mind you, I had the mental breakdown like around 2 o'clock-ish. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just felt very sad. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And she was like, well, it could be only two things. She was like, that means God preparing to remove something from you. And it's going to hurt, but it's going to be okay. Or it means that someone around you is going through something that you are feeling. And so I'm like, okay. So, I'm checking on everybody cool. So I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking nothing of it. So, mind you, now it's like 3 o'clock. It's time for me to go home. Y'all, once I left out that building, I was good. It was no sadness in my body. I didn't feel like I was depressed. My chest has eased up. I wasn't in pain. My body did not hurt. I went to my kids' school. They ran to me. They gave me a hug. And it was just like, it's just so crazy that my kids don't even be knowing that them running up to me, giving me hugs, just be like a breath of fresh air. Like, it just makes everything that I was going through that day or at that time just erase. Like, just them little small hugs, it just goes a long way. And I love that I love that my kid shows me that type of love, because I need it, especially that day. So yeah, so I go home, get my kids, everything fine. My kids, we happy, we in the car, we sing, we on our way home, nothing has happened, anything like that, as far as getting back sad. The next day come, I'm fine. Hold on, let me get back to my notes. Okay, so yeah, I was fine. I picked my kids up. Okay, I already said that. Okay, so fast forward, something had happened. So now this is the day that I got fired, November 4th. So fast forward, something had happened with my childcare, y'all. So I don't know what had happened because my review for my childcare wasn't up until December. But somehow it got taken off. That got taken, right? So, my daughter's school will let her continue to go to school until I get this situated. My son's schools was like, you can't bring them until this is taken care of, or you got to pay out of pocket, right? So, we didn't have the funds at that time to pay out of pocket. So I ended up going to my manager, and I'm like, hey, I start work at 7:45. My kids' school open up at 7:45. I've been leaving them outside for in the cold because out of my childcare is not together. I said, but I just want to know, can I come in tomorrow a little late so that way I can have my kids in the car getting warm, and then I could just drop them off and I'll be here. So she like, we'll talk with your caseworker today and then let me know. So I'm like, okay. So I went back to her. I'm like, oh, I apologize. Actually, my caseworker is not going to call me today. He's going to call me tomorrow for my review. So she like, okay, well, I'll let you know. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm going back to work. I'm sorry, this is not the day I got fired. This is November 3rd. This is the day before I got fired, right? So, she like, so I'm like, yeah, so can I come in a little bit late? She was like, I'll let you know later. So I'm like, okay. So I'm doing my job, whatever the case may be. Now it's like around 2 o'clock. Everything is 2 o'clock. 222. Ain't that angel numbers? But, so everything So 2 o'clock came around. So she like, I'm on my computer, so she's behind me. So she's like, all right, well, I'm about to get ready. She's telling my assistant manager, like, all right, well, I'm about to get ready and go. I've been here all day, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, okay. So she's packing up her stuff. So I turned around before she got out the door, and I'm like, hey, so are you going to text me the answer? So she was like, huh? I'm like, about coming in late tomorrow. She was like, oh. So she walked over to me. She was like, oh, I can't accommodate you. And I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, I can't accommodate you coming in late. She was like, you don't have nobody else to take them to school? And I was just like, no, if I had somebody else to take them to school, I wouldn't be asking you, can I come in late? Like, that would never be a discussion. Like, I would just be on time. Right? So she like, basically I was just like, no. So I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Just keep leaving my kids out in the cold? Like, it's cold as ever. Like, it just got done. It didn't snow as hard, but like it just got done like doing flakes. So you already know when it snows, the temperature drops. I mean, it's freaking cold outside, right? And my kids never experienced staying outside in the cold for all the years that they've been in that school. Like, they never, ever stayed outside in that cold. And me as a child growing up, I never witnessed, I mean, my mom never had me standing outside in the cold for the doors to open up. To each his own. I get things as, how you was brought up and how you raised your kids. That's to each his own. But for me, I never experienced that, so my kids was never going to experience that. So I went against my own judgment and still left my kids outside. And so the next day, after she had told me no, whatever, I left my kids outside, right? So you get a 5-minute grace period. So I left my kids outside at 7:42. I got to be working at 7:45, but I get a grace period to 7:51. Okay? So I drop my kids off. It's 7:52. They go in at 7:45. So they didn't have that much long to go, to wait outside to go in. I was like, okay, whatever. Pulled off. I made it to work, y'all, at 7:50, right? Made it to work at 7:50. I realized I didn't have my key, so I had to go through the main door. I go through the main door. My director see me. My manager see me. And the new girl see me. Me and the new girl, I don't like her. Okay? Me and her don't get along. Whatever the case may be. So I seen her, they seen me. My direct manager came and opened up the door for me. So I'm walking in. Now it's like 7:51, right? I go in, I sit down, I clocked in. Now it's 7:50. By the time I clocked in, it's 7:52. My manager goes, oh, I didn't see you come in. But good morning. Yes, you did. You see me at the window. But I'm like, hey, and I just clocked in. Mind you, they not once said nothing to me, didn't put me to the back, didn't say, hey, you late. None of that, right? So I clock in. Now it's time for me to go to do my window. So I go do my window. And she like, my manager and the lady who I don't like, my coworker, they yelling at me, y'all. Yelling at me from the back. And I'm at the window. They yelling at me like, we already took care of them. We already did them. We already did this. We already did that. And I'm just like, what the heck is they keep yelling at me for? Like, if you already did them, why is this lobby still packed like this? Like, why are people coming up to me yelling at me because I put them on a job and they came in for the job, but they didn't get sent out for the job. Somebody else got sent out for the job. And I was just so confused. So I'm like, you know what? I told the people, like, I apologize that y'all didn't get sent out. Let me try to find out something else, right? So it was this one guy. I'm talking to him. They're like, we already offered him work. He can't go to work. He said no to this. He said no to that. So I'm like, how y'all offer him work when he not even registered with us? I have to register him with us. He wasn't even registered for work. So how can he go out for work? So that was the one thing. And then another guy had came up, and I'm talking to him about 2 jobs. And my coworker in the background, telling him something, or whispering talking to him something, because he's shaking his head no. So I'm like, You shaking your head no. And I know she behind me, so I'm like, I'm not done. That's what I said to them. I told him, I said, I'm not done. I said, if you want to go talk to her and have her help you, you have a seat and I take the next person. Because y'all having this side conversation is not going to work with me. Like, I never experienced this working here. I never experienced somebody tell another person something while I'm taking care of them. Right? So, I'm like, this is what I'm like, okay, whatever. So he goes sit down, whatever. I'm taking care of somebody else, so I'm doing them. And he makes so the lady leave, right? So he see that the lady left. So he come back up to my window like, hey, I don't know what's going on. She was telling me no. And so that's the only reason why I said no, but I really didn't understand her. He was like, but can you please help me? And I'm like, yeah, like I don't mind helping you, but it was just like y'all had your own little conversation, so I was going to let her take care of you. But she left. So I ended up helping her, whatever. Gave him out. He go to work for the next day. So everybody that they said that they did that did not want to work went out to work, y'all. Or if they didn't go to work that day, they got set up to go to work the next day, right? So everybody did Google reviews on me. Tell me how good of a job I was doing, things of that sort, right? So now I get back to my desk. I took a lunch. Came back, did some more stuff. Nobody said nothing to me, right? So around 2 o'clock-ish, I see them with some papers in their hand. And they're doing their little huddle, and they go, come out, whatever. So I'm like, okay, something is about to go on. So I'm paying attention to everything. I'm watching them, looking at them. I'm like, okay. So my manager, my assistant manager, and the direct manager, district manager, they all go into her office, the manager office. And the district manager come out and my assistant manager come out, but my manager stays in there. So I'm like, okay. So as my assistant manager, she's coming out because my desk is facing right across from the manager's office. So she comes out and she was like, I need you to come with me. I just smiled. And she looked at me like, why is this girl smiling? Because I already knew. What y'all was about to do. So, she came in there. She was like, yeah, we got corporate on the phone just in case anything goes left or if you have any questions or concerns. But due to you being late today, we will have to let you go. And I'm just like, where do I sign? You know, I was just like, where do I sign? I just want to get out of there because it's just like, y'all literally see me walk through the door on time. You literally see me knowing I didn't have my key, but you gonna let me go. You let me go at 2:30 knowing that I leave at 3. So like y'all been doing that y'all wanted to let me go, but y'all waited all the way up until 2 o'clock to let me go. And I was even mad because I took a lunch, y'all. I took a lunch that day. Like, dang. I took a lunch and I got fired. So like, and I had to leave early, right? So after they told me that, I signed my papers, whatever. I went around to the everybody telling them it was nice working with them. Everybody was shocked that I actually got fired. And it's just so crazy. Like, they really fired me because of my attendance. But people could smoke on the job. They don't get fired. People could do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to me, it was just like, no, you have to go. Like I said, they've been trying to do this for the longest. And not just that. It also was like I had FMLA, right? I had it for my arm and I had it for my health. And I feel like that was another reason why they let me go, because I had FMLA. And I feel like that's really the reason why they let me go for real, because I was taking days off for my FMLA because I was in pain. Like, that's what it was for. I made sure because I never had FMLA before, y'all. So I made sure with my corporate, everything that I needed to do with this FMLA, so that way it won't be no issues. You know what I'm saying? When I take time off, it won't be no issues. So I have colitis, and colitis, it comes and goes periodically. When it hits you, it hits you. And when it hit me hard, y'all, to the point where it's uncontrollable. Like I have to use the bathroom like nonstop, or my stomach pains feel like contractions. What else I be going through with the, like, I'm trying to see. I break out to heat, I break out to where I get hot. So I have to literally strip and lay on my bathroom floor, because my bathroom is the coldest in the house, the floor wise. So I will lay on my bathroom floor naked, y'all, because I be so hot. And when I get hot, I get dizzy. When I get dizzy, I pass out. I have syncope as well. So when I get overstimulated and hot, whatever, I pass out. So that's what's been happening for me. So I've been to that episodes be happening, I would take off. So that way I'm not, you know what I'm saying, trying to get fired. At least I'm following protocol. But I feel like that's really the reason why I got let go. It wasn't so much more of my attendance. It was more so of I had FMLA. That's just my personal opinion. They didn't like that I was taking days off. So yeah, after I signed the papers, I went home. I went to my mom and them house, talked to my mom and them, and was just like, yeah, I got fired, and my mom and them was just like, see, the guy was preparing you. And I'm like, that's crazy. He prepared me 2 weeks ahead before the storm that this was going to happen. And yeah, God answered my prayers, y'all. So I've been at home promoting my business. Like I said, getting everything in order. I feel good. I've been going to the gym, getting my body back in shape. My kids, so when I got fired, I went and got my kids. They did the same thing, ran into my arms, and it was just like, dang, like, just like these little moments right here, I don't want to ever let go. Like, I want my kids to always continue to run into my arms, because it's just like they never know what type of day I'm having. And with them arms just hugged around me, it's just like made me feel like everything in this world would, like, it will be okay. Like, I won't have no worries in the world. So my sons and them just been like every day been pushing me, giving me business ideas that I could do from home, to make some money. This giving me help, and some encouraging words. My youngest son, like, I buy you whatever you want. I got a piggy bank. I'll buy you a house if y'all want a new house. I'll buy you a car if you want a new car. And I feel like things always happen for a reason, because I don't have the best of the best car right now. And my car been like trying to stop on me, so like it'd be a stop and go situation. And so I'm just glad that I'm not in that predicament that I have to worry about my car stopping, or me worrying about being late again, me worrying about getting fired. So yeah, I lost my job, but I'm not the first one to lose my job. I'm probably sure I'm not the last one to lose my job. This is something that I had asked for. And before I even got married, we had to sit down. I'm gonna end it off right here. We had to sit down, and my family was like, write down some things that you want within your marriage. And my husband had to write down some things he wanted within his marriage. And within my marriage, I was just like, I want to be a stay-at-home business mom. Like, that's what I said. I want to be a stay-at-home business mom. But I told Lord, I want to be a stay-at-home business wife. Because I'm married now. So I want to be a stay-at-home business wife. I want to do my wifely duties as I'm doing my business duties at home. So yeah. He answered my prayers, y'all. But stay tuned for the next episode. I cannot wait. That next episode will be pretty much more laid out. I feel like with this one, I was kind of a little bit all over the place. I'm a little bit nervous, stumbling over my words a little bit. But hey, this is a no judgment. This first video is come as you are. That's what I'm doing. I'm coming as I am. Moving forward, I will make it a little bit more professional. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. But I'm leaving it off here. You are not alone. No matter what situation you are going through, you are not alone. If you want me to talk about some subjects or things of that sort, please drop them down below in the comment section. I will read them. Yeah, so bye.